I want to do a video on the disrespect of Jameel Rawls, on the disrespect of the Obsoletist, on Jameel Rawls, on his videos.
I want to do a video on the disrespect of the obsoletist because these people in Muskegon County, Michigan, put this obsoletist guy in my live ad after I was framed in court, and they switched all the facts are switched around. You know, it's obvious, but they put the obsoletist in the newspaper article, and the obsoletist is taking photographs of me, and that's the name my mother gave me, and he's putting photographs of me.
What? First of all, I didn't take any pictures of you. I use all the pictures, everything that I ever use. It's just you. You do realize you're on camera right now, right? You're not just recording audio. And these upload to a website called YouTube.com, owned by Google, parent company, owned by Alphabet. Do you know? Do you realize that you're uploading all these tiny little 17-second videos and everything? Every time you seem to record anything on your phone, it gets uploaded automatically or something. No one took pictures of you. Screen grabs, not pictures.
On the internet with black transvestites.
That man was not a transvestite. This is some weird obsession that you have in your sick mind with transvestites. Probably through your, I mean, you live in Chicago, and everyone knows about the homies on the DL and all them big black trannies and all that stuff. So fair dues to you, Jameel, but stop taking it out on us, okay? What? Instead of he's admitting to something that no one ever accused him of, in a way. He's just obsessing over trannies. The man that he's talking about is, there's a video that I did about Jameel Rawls and the Flower Girl when he started talking about the interracial gang stalking program, seeding the lawn, blah 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 blah. And I'd searched in YouTube for just the picture, just a picture to have on the screen while the audio's playing in the background. So I made something up in Photoshop. And the original picture I searched for interracial couple, black man. And I went down until I found one that was like a guy with a girl who looked similar to what he described that flower girl looking like. Obviously because that was the subject of the show, and because, I mean, as well as being horrifying, the entire thing was quite funny. And I found one, and it's just some guy. It's just a guy. It's just as far as I know, anyway. There may be models, but it was a heterosexual black guy and his girlfriend or wife or whatever, or thing, my baby mama. But they, are just two models. But he wasn't a tranny. And I think I photoshopped headlights as sort of sunglasses onto his face. But that, it's, I don't know. So that's the whole tranny conspiracy that he keeps going on about. You can find it. The video's still up somewhere. I can't remember which one it is. You'll be able to see it straight away now that I've described it.
In my YouTube videos, trying to say that some black people are supposed to rape me in jail or some crazy ass stuff.
Yeah, because that was the message.
You know, growing up, I'm a member of the 18th Street gang. Growing up, I'm 18th Street gang from Los Angeles, and I'm a researcher and I help people. I don't got no problem with an individual because they come from some other neighborhood or whatever like that. I'm 30 something years old, but I still got my homies and my.
By the way, right, my dog just sighed behind me. He's sick of hearing me talk about this fucking idiot. Well, I bet, yeah, actually, he's sick of hearing Jameel. Because it wasn't when I started talking. I clicked play again. Jameel started talking, and my dog just goes, I know how you feel, lad.
Friends I talk to, there's still people I help, still people I kick it with. But
Kick it with. We're going to see him kicking it with the homies soon. All those homies, man. It's getting more and more frightening. So how many people? Is Pimp Monkey even real? No, we've seen him on camera, haven't we? Yeah, he's kicking it with the homies in a couple of videos that I'll show you soon. I hope he hasn't deleted them.
The
It gave me
obsolete
a good belly laugh last night.
that's like a disrespect. That's like these people don't know what kind of disrespect that is to portray somebody from 18th Street with
Oh,
transvestite, all that stuff, and the people who are stalking me and harassing me, they're the ones that set it up. And then on top of that, like in Muskegon, they go around and they find Hispanic people and they'll pay them to wear, like people who aren't even in the street gang, they'll pay them to wear a T-shirt that says 18 on it. They're not from 18th Street. Like, the guy
Can you imagine everyone a T-shirt with 18 on it? Can you even imagine something as preposterous as that? I mean, that would never happen. That could never happen unless the gangsters. Why else would a T-shirt ever have 18 on it? Kellogg's cornflakes for brains.
is in 18th Street, that's
You could pick the top of that skull off and stick a spoon in there. Now he's going to be like, and he said in the video, you're trying to promote people take my skull out.
dangerous for the government and the police and the people stalking me who are snitches to do something like that. That's inciting violence because
You're inciting boredom. That's what you're inciting. Boredom. I imagine like with Jameel Rawls, it's like the world's largest record, and it's skipping. So he says a lot of things, but just all fucking repeats again and again and again and again and again. I've heard everything.
real 18th Street gang members who don't even know me might.
Remember when I had that bit? It's still another bit. I will start playing this. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting. One of my other videos, I had a little Jameel Rawls. Do you remember that little lad? Huh? Yeah. I had a little Jameel Rawls bingo card, and I had all these little phrases. Little antiquated now. It'd work with the videos back then, but the phrases sort of change over time. But I'm thinking about doing another one of them. Turn it into a drinking game every time he says one of them phrases. Different levels and stuff like that. Maybe I should do that for the next like big video that I do. The Jameel, and just see how absolutely fucking slaughtered I get.
See that and be like, damn, they're disrespecting the homie, and they'll see and they'll put a green
Yeah, all them homies we see soon.
light on them and fuck their ass up. Like
Hey.
what these people are doing is
Let's just say that the green homies look very much like all the stalkers and the assassins sent after him. They look pretty much like the same guy.
promoting violence. And what would the parents say if one of these young people
What
got
do parents do?
hurt over something stupid like that? Like, what the fuck would happen to the? What would you know how upset the family would be? So these like stalkers and snitches and people who do this stuff are very disrespectful. And the
So
stuff
what he's trying to say is like, is he trying to say that like he's in danger or we're in danger for doing something that we never did? Doing something. He's probably the one spreading the rumors around with these so-called gangsters that we're about to see soon. He's going around telling them about this like tranny fucking thing that doesn't even exist. What the fuck are you talking about, trannies? If I was going to do some sort of tranny thing, right? I've done it, didn't I? Didn't I do the? Because every time you talk about these things, Jameel, and you make them. Sorry about the disgusting noises. I'm burping. I've just had a coffee and a mint, and a mint and a coffee don't go well together. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the thing you don't understand, Jameel, is like you make all these things into memes. You're making these memes, okay? These memes. Like you'll go on about some sort of thing like the seeding a lawn, and you'll say it like 47 times across the span of like 3 weeks, and people catch on, and it's funny. And the weird thing is, so of course people are going to try to like. Have you ever followed like a podcast, or have you ever followed like any sort of like online thing? People make art associated with it. People do things associated with it. They try to make fun of it. They try to have fun. If you're just here to fucking ramble on, right, endlessly about your fucking nuts, insane theories that got you into fucking trouble because you started stalking people in RL, okay, in real life, and then refuse to fucking, like, just get on with your life, it's no one's problem. People aren't breaking the law. People aren't fucking infringing on your civil rights. You have all the right in the world. You have the right to. The problem is, right, you have the right to come out and correct them. And if any of it made any fucking sense, everyone would just be like, oh yeah, those horrible people. But everyone's just like, no, yeah, you're fucking mental, mate. You're mental, okay? Mental.
The Obsoletist from the newspaper, that stuff's crazy.
And I don't know anyone. I've trolled you a little bit. I don't know anyone from M Live. Okay, or maybe I do. Or maybe I do. Well, I don't. Yeah, maybe I actually do. I don't know that I do. But I don't know anyone from M Live. I don't. No, I never contacted M Live. Even though I think they should be contacted because you've developed like a crazy obsession over them, and then you talk about like acting out violence and stuff like that. I feel sorry for you. If I didn't feel sorry for you, honestly.
I don't even know him, and he's taking my YouTube stuff and talking about OG Jameel and stuff like that, and disrespecting my name. And people, people are.
I don't care. I don't care about them. I don't care about you. I don't care whether they're real or whether they're not. Do you understand? Do you understand? It's a fucking different world, mate.
Disrespectful. I hope he doesn't think he's on YouTube trying to speak for me or speak for my friends. I got friends who are Crips. I do interviews. I hope he's not trying to speak for anybody. You know what I mean? I
once heard him talk fucking bad about gypsies. He made a video years ago about all the problems gypsies cause in Europe and England. I didn't get mad about that. And talk about like disrespect and stuff like that. He has no idea about like these things in other countries. Like saying he'd end up in a fucking buried in a fucking field. Walking around my streets. Jameel Rawls couldn't walk 3 feet down my streets. It's like, yeah, everyone gets the like concept of like disrespect and incredibly violent thugs. But like, you know,
I damn sure hope he don't think he's gonna.
first of all, I don't approve of like street gangs and stuff anyway. So like, I don't care what happens to those people, 18 street gang or whatever like that. But like, this isn't on them, Jameel. All right, I'm not willing to labour them with your baggage. All right, what you do, you're your own man. And all those other gangsters we're about to see in a second at the party, at the street party. You know, I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming them for your crazy theories or what you tell them.
He's speaking for 18th Street on the internet, because that's going to get him in a lot of trouble. For the simple fact is, 18th Street is its own independent gang. That's an independent organization.
I want to know. Stop doing it. He goes on YouTube and he watches like YouTube documentaries on things, and then he just relays all the information. I can't do it. I can't.
Down with their life, who are lawyers and police officers and people who have families and stuff like that, whose grandfathers grew up in that neighborhood and stuff like that. See, these snitches and informants and stalkers are involved in too much negative activity. And I got video footage where they pay people to do that stuff. And that's
you have video footage of like women in car parks. You have zero footage of anything like that. And if you do have footage of somebody paying someone else in the street, let me tell you something, it's not gang stalking, okay? And you're the snitch.
Like the 18, that's an independent thing. Like you don't see when people graffiti on a wall, they don't put 18th Street then Sudanos or whatever. 18th Street is not a Sudan. 18th Street is an independent organization. You know what I'm saying? So you
I hate the way he says Sudanos. But I hate when anybody who speaks English and that like says like Spanish words. It just doesn't sound. It sounds like you're trying too hard. Maybe it's just me.
You can't just these people can't just do that. You know what I mean? They're disrespecting people like all over the world. That I don't even like people like that's one of my friends were saying. Like they were saying, man, they you can't just disrespect people like that and do like that. That's really stupid. Like that's evil. Like that's something people. I don't know who he is, but he shouldn't be taking people's name. Like he's taking people I don't even know taking people's names and pictures.
Man, this guy's gang affiliated. Do you think we should contact the family again or the police? I mean, he started talking about them. Now apparently he's gang affiliated. If I'm in trouble, then they're in trouble. It's all connected in. Jameel Rawls won't stop bringing them all in. All the gang members in fucking Los Angeles are watching Jameel Rawls videos. You know, what happens when the Compton Crips find out? What happens then? What happens when the leader of the mafia comes over for Jameel's for dinner? He's giving him an open invite on one of his videos. What happens when the patriarch of the Gambino crime family comes and sits at Jameel Rawls' house for dinner? What then?
Are moving all around, and you can see the people who framed me and were stalking me, harassing me, they're the ones using the Obsoletist to do that.
Mm-hmm. Cha-ching. So it was, once again, he keeps using this picture of the other Obsoletist. The other Obsoletist, who I hope has left YouTube so he's not seeing all this fucking shit. I mean, this is embarrassing for me. You know, he's doing like serious videos. I get like loads of views on computer chips and computer hardware, really good videos. And I'm here arguing with this fucking... Not even arguing. I know the Grand Rapids FBI was involved in framing me. Oh, the little Razor Westside GD folk. He has an interview with some guy. And basically it sums up like, yeah man, what's wrong, man? Man, I'm Little Red, man. What you want to do? I can't give you my number. I usually talk to Big Razor. So there's a Little Razor and a Big Razor, which is cool. So let's get right to the party. Let's get right to the party. Boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be fucking rocking. Street party. King Will birthday, 7th Street. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Can you hear the music? Turn the music up in the car. Ah, yeah. Oh. Oh. Come on. What? Right there. We ballin'. Oh, he took his thumb off the fucking thing right there. Don't worry, there's more footage. I know we didn't see all the homies there, so there is more footage. First, there's this 5-second video, which is probably useless, but we'll watch it anyway. Yeah, boy. We out here ballin'. There's a party going on here.
Really big good kid. Like we in on San big good kid.
Yeah, boy. I think this is where Jameel started. Like, this is where Jameel needs to take this video down, because Jameel's just out here like drunk, snitching. Said this big gangster lives right here where I am right now. You can geotag it.
Gang member hood, and like this is a big gang member hood in Muskegon Heights on 7th Street over King Will's house, and like
he's making these videos for the FBI, man. The FBI, that's who's watching these videos. The FBI. This guy's going around pretending he's crazy and all that shit, so he can get like in with the homies, unsuspecting. He's making these videos.
You know, like, we hang on like the really big gang member hood and stuff, and like fuck with the police. We hang out in like the big gang member hood and stuff and shit. You know, that's what black people do, is hang out in big gang members. Fuck, that's what black people do, is hang out in big gang member hoods. Fuck they going through.
You heard it there first from the member of the NAACP right there. A member of the NAACP. All black people do is hang around here. Luckily, that is not all black people do. Good black people, anyway. Not the fucking trash that he hangs around with. The absolute fucking cretinous human waste. Which is treated as such by the authorities and the surrounding communities. Let's go back up. FBI flip people for wearing colours. It's going to tell how I came about.
Alright, so I want to explain to people about the FBI Masonic contract stalking thing. Is these people use people to do
I
certain.
assume this is after the party. Yo, boy, King Will Smith. King Will Smith. I keep going to say Will Smith. King Will's street party, birthday party. 7th. Yo.
Stuff to wear certain colors, or follow somebody, or do something.
Like, what was actually happening? Wait, we went over that too fast, didn't we? Like, what is going on here? We'll watch this one again.
Gang member hood, and
like he's just outside someone's house, right? That's not his house.
This is a big gang member hood in Muskegon Heights on 7th.
But the doors are open in his car, and like the music's playing from his car.
King Will's house,
like what I think happened is like because he doesn't drive, he's always in the passenger seat. I think he had a license at one point, and then once again, the gang stalking program got my license taken off me for drink driving. But or whatever. I think it was a DUI. Anyway, so what I think's happens here, I think that might be probably Pimp Monk's car. I don't know. And you know, he's taking him down here, and he's like, "You wait outside. You wait outside, Jameel." Jameel's out there for like 40 minutes, while Pimp Monk's probably off his face inside on whatever. Oh, what was he saying? You can't get addicted to cocaine. Was that what he said? Oh. But you can get addicted to sugar and food, but you can't get addicted to cocaine just because like you don't go cold turkey when you stop. Yeah, alright.
You know, like, we have like the really big gang member hoods and stuff, and like fuck with the police. We hang out in like the big gang member hoods and stuff.
Fuck with the police. He's just like
shit, you know. That's what black people do, is hang out with big gang members. That's what black people do, is hang out with big gang member hoods.
The fuck is going on? Is King Will one of his fucking other personalities? Is this King Will?
Like, you know, like, we hang out in like the really big gang member hoods and stuff, and like fuck with the police. We hang out in like the big gang member hoods and stuff and shit. You know.
On Jameel Rawls, right, he's such a fucking, and I hope this isn't the fucking case, that he's getting taken around on fucking let's just say drive-alongs with not police as like protection or basically that's what they tell him, but basically as a fucking shield, if you know what I mean. During like, because I don't know, this whole thing looks
fuck with the police. We hang out in like the
trying to prove himself that he's a gangster or something, or get into gangsterism because he's fucking researching Crips. He approaches some people asking them about it, and they're just like, what the fuck. Alright, yeah, you can be a gangster.
Or commit some action,
street gang
and then after they do it, then the FBI starts monitoring them, following them more and more, and trying to get them more involved. And then when the person gets so caught up in it, then they don't know what to do. And then the FBI will come in and flip them, and break them down and get them to completely work for them.
Hang on, so how did they get so far into what? How did the FBI gain leverage to flip them? What were they doing?
People about the FBI Masonic contract stalking thing is these people use people to do certain stuff, to wear certain colors, or follow somebody, or do something, or commit some action, and then after they do it, then the FBI starts monitoring them, following them more and more, and trying to get them more involved. And then when the person gets so caught up in it, then they don't know what to do. And then the FBI will come in and flip them, and break them down and get them to completely work for them, or the person will just like, you know, trip out, and they won't even know what that they work for the feds for so long, they won't even know what to do. And you know,
what?
that's what.
So like the beginning bit was like, how was it a kind of at least lucid thing of how like you know, corrupt force would flip someone, as he says. And then that just what was that bit where he was like,
like that they work for the feds for so long, they won't even know what to do. And
so that, but then they've worked, or so then that was one option, or they've worked for the feds so long that they don't know what to do. What the fuck are you talking? What does that mean?
they're running around flipping people, and then the people that are working, that are doing it, they're so low down the totem pole they don't know what to do, and they use people even without their knowledge, without their permission. Like the guy I did the interviews with, we ain't got no problem no more. The Jordan Maxwell guy.
Oh, I think I've heard of him. You may have followed Jameel Rawls, but the guy Jordan Maxwell, I think I recall.
We ain't got no problem no more. And if I go around the FBI or the Homeland Security, like I went by a Homeland Security base on foot, and they came out and started following me around doing the street.
The fuck, honestly, right? What the fuck are you doing? Like, this guy needs report. What do you mean? This guy's weird, man.
And they came out and started following me around doing the street theater, just like everybody else was doing. And so
yeah, maybe it's because everybody, just like everyone else was doing. Maybe it's because no one's doing it, and you're just fucking crazy.
People need fronts and people to put their stuff off on. So they can use somebody like Jordan Maxwell, they'll use him to take the fall. Or they'll use somebody else to take the fall. They'll try to go find some, like, they may go try to find some people who can fit the image of taking the fall. Then everybody will be, oh, look, it's them. When it's really the feds trying to flip people and them to work for them even more. And that's what the Obsoletist guy is. He's a COINTELPRO, some sort of big FBI disinformation agent. And the people who frame me are using him.
Alright. Yeah, that makes sense. And then he made 2 videos today that I haven't watched yet. I'm gonna watch these doing rap.
And a really good point about the Jessica Harrington case is after being framed, I realized that the ExxonMobil gas station isn't what they said it was. I don't believe Jeffrey Willis had anything to do with it. I believe Jeffrey Willis was set up, framed. I was framed. I mean, if Jeffrey Willis did do it, he definitely didn't do it alone. But I don't think he did it. And I think with the contract stalking, COINTELPRO, FBI informant, snitch, bitch, gang stalking that happens, I think they need fall guys. And it's not.
Isn't that stealing from me now? Like, stringing them words together? He's watching my videos and stealing my like parody of Jameel.
Happens. I think they need fall guys, and it's not just about the fall guy for me being framed in court. I think it's who's going to be the fall guy to cover up the ExxonMobil gas station thing. That's
going to be me. It's going to be me. Am I the fall guy for the ExxonMobil gas station?
With the contract stalking, COINTELPRO, FBI informant, snitch, bitch, gang stalking that happens. I think they need fall guys, and it's not just about the fall.
Oh, that was it all. I thought I'd missed out a bit by it. Oh, we're back. 2-pack mystery, alive or dead. Well, this is a new subject. This is cutting edge conspiracy research.
One of the most interesting conspiracies is the Tupac.
One of the most interesting. I just want to make a video about. Now, one of the interesting things that people always ask me is all these things he starts every video with, and it doesn't feel organic whatsoever. No one's asked you. These are just things that they're quickly racing through your head, and you're like, oh shit, I've got to make a video about that. Let me make it so it looks less like I'm crazy and uploading 500 million videos a day. But at least this isn't anything to do with the gang stalking, so maybe it's a good video. I've said it 100 million times. Every now and then, Jameel Rawls makes a decent video about something unrelated to gang stalking.
Shakur murder, and I think people on the streets are naturally better at solving conspiracies and mysteries because they don't accept the general consensus. They know the government's fraudulent, lies a lot.
Yeah, but they think everything is a conspiracy, literally. That's the problem.
It's deceptive and commits a lot of crimes. And so, looking at the Tupac Shakur case, there's many things that come up. The first thing that comes up is in his autopsy picture, there's not a Machiavelli tattoo on the neck. So that shows the autopsy picture is fake. Another thing that comes up is the supposed last picture of him leaving the boxing Mike Tyson fight, him and Suge in the car. That picture is fake. If you look at the ignition, the key's not in the ignition. Then you can tell by looking at the photograph there's something wrong with it. It's not real. So, not saying that Tupac did not die that night.
Well, okay. I've seen the picture. I can't remember. Obviously, like, I don't have that, like, a literal photographic image that I can zoom in on. I don't remember it looking particularly fake, but with the ignition thing, this is another one of those weird things. Like, that's not a clue at all. Like, I sit in my car without the key in the ignition sometimes, and then I'm like, right, we're off. Put the key in the ignition. Like, what are you talking about?
saying that there's something very mysterious with the case. And so
Alright.
that's something that I may be looking into in the future to present.
I doubt it. I think there'll be this video, or maybe one or two, but really it's just going to go back to like the NDF bear, the Exxon Mobil gas station, Jessica, whatever her name is. She was kidnapped. She was kidnapped. I can't believe there's sick people out there who go around and would film a gas station for 20 minutes, breathing deeply into the microphone. Get a grip, Jameel. Come on, back to reality. Back to reality. Get out there, skip roping, lose some weight. Remember the skip roping? I was skip roping, I was doing my weights, I was, you know. And, you know, get some job. Get a job. It's probably hard now with a stalking charge. But, yeah, it probably is, isn't it? Yeah. But, you know, there'd be something you can do. Better than just fucking sat about, isn't it, all day? Attending the party of King Will. Or outside. Just, you know, get a grip, man. Get a grip. This ain't good. This ain't good.